Aloha. It's wonderful seeing you today. I'm just going to do a quick recap, try and keep it underneath a couple minutes and include a secondary video for your lesson. Just a quick recap. When we hold the hi-hat controller, one of the two floor pedals that we have, the bass being the other, and then the hi-hat controller, when we close it, our hi-hat sounds shortened. No open long notes. When we open the hi-hat controller, we have it lingering on until it decays, or until we close it. The crash is the one closest to your hi-hat, set up this way, and then your ride is over to the side. So out of these, you would have crash, ride. There are many different types of cymbals. These are just the ones we have. The snare is where you and I are going to be doing a lot of our work. And we're going to be doing it with basic beats, showing us how to go between the cymbals and going between the whole kit. Our basic beat starts as follows. The kick is going to be on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could use any number of the 4 techniques. The last of which I showed you is not my favorite. It's the one onto which we swivel back and forth. So when we're swiveling back and forth, we don't lift our foot. We plant it and pop. Not a big fan of this one. The other one being a lot of people's favorite, heel on the back of the kick, and then just place your toe down to press it. This third way is all the foot goes up at one fell swoop and comes down in one fell swoop. And then the fourth, my favorite and a lot of people's, is just the tip of the toe. It's almost as if we're hopping up and down like a little bitty rabbit. So one of the things that we're going to be doing here is doing our intro with the 1. So you need to know where the 1 is. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 1, play the bass. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. The tempo at which I'm counting out right now, that 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the quarter notes. That's what's going to be played on the hi-hat closed. This is our basic structure for our beat, but it needs to have the quarters going over the top of it to make the whole thing really work. When we put the bass on the 1, if we drop it, it makes a measure longer. What we need to do is have it on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. The best way to do this in the beginning is count out loud. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The reason why I know where my foot is because I'm also counting eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and when I want to hit the 1 on the bass, I lift my knee or my whole foot on the and a 4. 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. That way, when I have that mechanism going, it's on autopilot. 2, 3, 4, and on 3, I'm going to play the snare with the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I got rid of this, I'd have back and forth. That actually is our country beat minus the hi-hat. Putting back in the quarters, this is our basic beat. The reason why it's interesting to notice is we could derive any other type of beat out of this and do a cool fill. The fill we chose to do last week was outside arm on a tom, inside arm on the high tom, outside arm on the high tom, snare, and then crash, going back into our groove. One, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That rebound was a little much there. It flew out of my hand. See that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. At that point, we would speed these up. our new beat. We're just doing 4 and. 1, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. That's a fill with both beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our 5-note beat. 1 E and a 1. So that's how we practice beats. The basic beat leads us to being able to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. And that's how we kind of get used to playing fills and then basic beats with it. Here's a little example of doing just a groove and putting a couple different fills in. Fun enough. So the way that we get to that is also by doing rudiments. I'm going to give you another little video soon. That was a drum recap. Aloha.